everyone, Neil here, coming back with episode 2 of our dual input furnace. Trying to think of where we left off last time. We were going to do the set block direction. Seems legit. Let's get rolling on that. What do we got to do though? Well, we have to do specifically a method. When we add the block, public void on block added. And with this, we are going to be summoning the world. We're going to be doing an int x, int y, int z. I got a new keyboard. I guess I shouldn't really say that I got a new keyboard. I pulled the keyboard that I have for my Mac Mini off of that and put it onto my Windows machine. And I like it. I don't spend a lot of time on my Mac unless I'm working in Xcode, which I should actually have my app up here soon, in about a month or so. So shameless plug, once that's up, y'all go check it out. Download it, click on an ad or something. This set default direction. Now this isn't going to show up because this is a method that we haven't created yet. However, we will create it as soon as we're done, and this one is really going to be the same. X, Y, and Z, like so. So what we're doing is essentially we're saying, hey, when we add this block to the world, we're grabbing this information, right? We're going to pass it along to this method, which we are going to create next. This one's a private void set default direction. And what are we grabbing for this one? Well, we want world, of course. And we want int x, int y, and int z. Sweet. What we want to say is, if the world is not remote, what we want to do is we're going to say block 1 which is going to be world.get block. Whoa, what did I do there? Get block. And we want that to be x, y, and z -1. If you've done the furnace tutorial, you could probably just copy pasta this part out because it's going to be exactly the same. We're getting coordinates here. X, Y, Z +1. So we are going a block towards, like a block towards us. If we put the block down, right, and it's in front of us, we're going a block behind it and a block in front of it. We are going to do block 3 is equal to world.get block. This one is going to be x, x -1, y, z. So that is, I believe, a block to the left, and now we're going to do a block to the right, or a block to the left if the first one was the right. Either way, world.get block, and this will be x +1 y, y, z. Like so. We're going to do byte B0 is going to equal 3. And we're going to go through some if structures here. Now, I don't know whether or not these have updated since since we updated to those. And that is, we'll do some Googles here in a second. So we're going to say if block1 dot func, is it still there? 730J. Yep. Excuse me, hay fever. Yeah, that's still gobbledygook, and is not block 2 dot function. We want the J1 again. What we are going to have is going to be B0 is going to equal 3. And I'm not really going to go into this all that much right now because we covered this in the last furnace tutorial, and I do kind of feel like that is a prerequisite to this one. So you're going to understand it a lot better because I'm not going to be going through and explaining as much in this as I was the last one. Here we go, and last one, 4 and 3, just like so. And what do we want to do? After that, we want to do a world.set block metadata with notify on our X, our Y, our X, our Y, our Z, our B0, and 2. Just like so. So that's our set default direction. Let's jump in and check this out. I didn't do textures. Well, balls. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but I am. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't do my homework. Shame on me. Shame on me. Okay. Where the fuck am I going? Oh, I gotta go over here. Sorry, I'm on a different monitor. Looking at shit. Assets, yep. Boop, 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 boop. And blocks. I just remembered I have a boo-boo that I have to fix. ENGOT mesher. I was actually looking at this last night after I wrapped up the episode, and you may have noticed it as well. But I put this ingot masher in a block package when it needs to be in the blocks package. So we'll get that moved. There we go. Textures are done. Jerk. Blocks. Move it down. Voila. All done. I registered this bad boy. I put it in a creative tab, so we should be good to go. I think I need to build another house too. More than likely I do. Oh, the seeds. We're on the savannah. And we're in the wrong mode because I was chopping down plants last time, grass. There's our ingot masher. Now obviously we can't click on this, and it doesn't actually look like it's working. Well, kinda. That one had just flipped around. That one, okay, so we got to do some looking on this. It's not right. So what am I doing? Just comparing with my old code to the new code. That's weird. That's weird. Everything looks right based on what I'm seeing. Let me pause and take a peek. I got way ahead of myself. Yeah, I completely forgot about a method. We got to do that. Public void on block placed by world, and I'm pretty sure we're getting coordinates on this one as well. Yes, we are. Int x, int y, int c, and we are going to have entity living base, and this is we can just put entity player on this. We can put whatever we want, really, because we're just using this to call out information from the entity living base class, so it can be whatever. It doesn't really matter. And we need an item stack here. Item stack, item stack. Alright, so we are going to say int I is going to be equal to mathhelper dot floor double, mathhelper dot floor double, and we're going to cast this as a double, and we want what did we set that to be? Entity player dot rotation yaw times 4.0 float divided by 360 float plus 0.5 double and 3. Like so. Import item stack. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. So, we're going to do some more if statements here. We are going to say if I is equal to 0, we are going to have world.set block metadata with notify, and that will be x, y, z, 2, 2. We're going to copy and paste this, and we're going to plonk this down 4 times. And we actually just want to go up to 3 on here, so we will do 1, 2, 3. And we are actually going to set this side to be 5. We're going to set this side to be 3. And we're going to set this side to be 4. Like so. And we are going to say if item stack dot has display name. Oop. We're going to say tile entity ingot masher class we have not built yet. World dot get tile entity x y z dot set custom name, and we are going to have some errors here, but we're going to comment it out, so it ain't no thing. Dot get display name, like so. And we can actually go ahead and create this. That's not going to be a big deal because it's just going to sit empty at this point. So that's no problem. However, it is going to kind of give us some trouble here because there's nothing in it, right? So what we'll actually do is we're just going to comment that out. So then that way it doesn't give us any trouble. Now let's jump in. Let's see where we're at. Make sure that this is actually coming down the right way. Because if it's not, we're in big trouble. Big trouble. Towards me. Towards me. Towards me. Yeah. There we go. That's what we wanted. Yay! Sweet deal. We can actually return. We do want to leave that as return null at this point, but we can take out our to do because we'll come back to that later. Really, what we're going to do is we're going to return our new tile entity at that point. Let me take a look here, and I think that there's one last thing we can do before we wrap this up. And let's do this. Let's actually get started on our GUI class. GUI ingot masher. We're actually going to be pretty much working on the tile entity last because that's kind of the big thing. And we're going to have to do a custom recipe list for this. Whereas with the last furnace, we used the existing one. Right? And the reason that we need our own custom recipe list is because we're having multiple inputs on this. Let me see here. There we go. So we'll get the GUI out of the way, we'll get the container out of the way, and then we'll start working on the tile entity. I at least want to be able to get in and we can look at it and we can get, everything, all of our slots aligned to our background and all that. So this is actually going to extends GUI container, and we'll go ahead and we'll import that. And we will add our constructor, and we will add our unimplemented methods. Sweet. There's another method that we actually need in here, and this is going to be protected void draw GUI container foreground layer. And we're going to have int I and int j on that right there. In our right here container. We actually want to do this a little bit differently. What we're going to do is we're going to call the player, or the inventory for the player, inventory player, and we're just going to call that inv player like we did last time. And we are going to have our tile entity ingot masher, and this will be TE ingot masher. No point in making that any bigger than it needs to be. Control Shift L will get those imported. Here, what we're actually going to do in our super is we're going to say new container alloy. No, I'm looking at my notes. Ingot masher. There we go. With our inv player and with our TE ingot masher, like so. There's nothing there. Let's go ahead and create that container class just to get her out of the way. There we go. Was it already there? No, it couldn't have been already there. So that's good there, but there's nothing to pass it along. There's no constructor over there, so it's going to give us an error at that point. We're going to do two more things before we wrap up, and that is going to be a couple of variables up here. First, we're going to have private resource location, which this is going to contain our texture, which is going to be a new resource location, and that is going to be in our mod ID, and it's going to be somewhere in our textures GUI, and it will just be our ingot masher GUI dot png. And I'm pretty sure that this is textures dot GUI. Yep. Hello. My semicolon doesn't want to work. What's up with that? My whole keyboard doesn't want to work. What's up? Did my batteries die? Oh, look, it was just catching up. Thanks, dude. Syntax error. We need a plus in there. There we go. There we go. And what do we need over here? We need a private tile. And we're just going to copy and paste that. Like so. And this is going to be ingot masher. Like so. And then, one last thing. One last thing. We're going to do ingot masher. Masher is going to equal our TE ingot masher. So we're taking the data out of this, putting it into here. Booyah, Grandma. There we have it. That's going to pretty much wrap up today's episode. Tomorrow, what I want to do, we're going to finish these up, but we really need to do those at the same time that we do our container. And in our container, that's where we're going to have our slots. Be thinking about what you want your interface to look like, right? So my what you want your interface to look like. Excuse me. So here's what my old one looked like, right? We're going to do something different. I probably have placement the same, but we'll tune up this. We could do different colors if we wanted to. Actually, this is one of an ore mill that I did. Of course, we'd have 2 slots, but we had it kind of blue instead. Yep. Or, ooh, this is a good one. Sorry, not to show off my work. 2 inputs, just plain old fuel, if that's what you want to do. Output. This one, cement mill actually ran off of water, so you could dump a bucket of water in there and it would do its thing. So anyways, think about what you want your GUI to look like, and we will start working on that tomorrow, as well as getting it put in and working on our slots. Thanks for visiting, everybody. This is Neil. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.